how many characters can you name that were created by black women?
It's okay. You know what? That's why you're here.
Right, because there's only 2 that we know of anyway.
Was Vixen made by
Vixen was actually, I actually did, I know you haven't seen it yet because I just dropped it.
Okay.
I actually did a video on Vixen last week going over her history. And no, nope. So no, but one of them, who was a more recent one, her name is Shantae, was created by Dr. Sheena Howard.
In the back, put your hand up. But the second one is Sun Spider, which was created by the formerly mentioned T. Franklin.
Yeah. So if you're a fan of Spider-Verse, in the second one, when Miles is in there and they all start attacking him, there is a spider, I know my brother knows this, in an orange suit in a wheelchair. That is Sun Spider.
Okay. So Spider Bite's not made by black women?
Oh,
Hate to tell you.
so moving into, we're going to briefly touch on Milestone because Milestone made waves in the comic book community by being a black-owned comic business. Well, and then eventually, now DC owns the right to publish them. They were created by black and brown creators, and they created diversity. They created multiple underrepresented and underserved minority voiced characters in comics. And they even created their own way of printing these characters so that they look better. Because a lot of times when you see people who are drawing and printing out characters of color, well, how do they look? Gray, washed out.
Grayish blue.
Gray. I'm sorry.
Ashy indeed. No, for real.
But Milestone actually created their own way of printing out these characters so that they would look better. In other words, you could see the melanin. You could see the fact that we put on lotion. We moisturize over here, okay? But even still, this Milestone was created by black men, which is great. We love Milestone. We love Dwayne McDuffie over here, right? But most of the other voices that were women were not black women. And then the other thing we want to touch on, very, very briefly, is if anyone's heard of a campaign called DCSOWHITE.
Yes.
So as of today, it has been 1,195 days since there has been a black ongoing and mainline continuity in DC Comics. I am on the Comics Unmasked podcast with James Pernumba, who is the one who had created this campaign. And, the hint, nudge, nudge that he's been doing is that phase 2 happens on May 28th. But, however, when we see that they haven't had these, what they definitely have never had in DC Comics main continuity? A black woman ongoing. Ever.
No, you're fine. I think just so that you guys are aware for DC So White, just to provide a little bit extra for when we say mainline continuity, just in case you're not familiar with comic books, it just means this is an ongoing series, something that's more than a mini issue. Because I'm not talking about not talking about 4 or 5 issues. I'm talking about something that's ongoing, like how Batman has 90,000 issues in one run, how Superman got 90,000 issues in one run,
how Batman got technically 10 different stories happening at the same dang time.
You know what? He's being hoarded out. He is selling so well.
You know what? That's a way to put it.
I'm so sorry, but that they need to put back. They need to let that man rest.
Let him take a nap. What's the next slide?
You think they would use Duke?
I just need to see what
You think they what?
They would use Duke and Signal.
No. So, the last ongoing in DC was I Am Batman, which was, the black-led story, but that was all of 14 issues?
Yes, 14 issues.
Something like that, yeah. And that was it. And that was... Ooh. Yeah, we get close.
Maybe.